What's going on, good people out there in social media world? How y'all doing? For those of y'all that don't know me, my name is Daryl Boyles. I am a personal finance coach and real estate agent here in the humongous city of Columbia, South Carolina. Today, I got a very special guest, my man, Mr. Benny Johnson. We're going to be talking about cryptocurrency. So look, if I send you this video, it's because I wanted you to watch it. And you need to take the time to watch this video. It's going to be some great information that's going to be shared tonight. Also, man, this past Sunday, I had a chance to be a speaker at the Million Man March, man. I just want to thank everyone for the kind words that was sent to me. Appreciate y'all watching the speech, sharing the speech. It's probably one of my biggest videos that I've never even asked anybody to share, but thank y'all for that, for y'all overwhelming support. But if y'all got any questions about cryptocurrency, go ahead and get in the comments. Say hi to me, wave to me in the comments. Let me know you're out there. Let me know you're watching. Without further ado, let's get to it. So, Mr. Benny, how did you first come across, or how did you first hear about cryptocurrency?
Well, welcome thank you for having me on the show. First of all, Daryl, I know you was Dirty Deacon.
they don't need to know that.
Right. But thank you for having me on the show. But now, actually, I first heard about cryptos back in like 2015, 2014. A good friend of mine, he was trying to get me into it. I think Bitcoin was like $400 or something like that. And he kind of told me about it. And of course, like everybody else, I didn't get into it, but like everybody else, once I found out that it went to 10,000 and then, almost 20,000, that's when I was like, well, hold on, wait a minute now. And I started learning more about the space. So that's kind of, like my intro into it.
Man, I was reading an article, I think it was on Forbes, and it was like $100 in, like, I think 2009 would have been 140 million or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
2018, 2019.
Yeah. I mean, so just, as to start off, Bitcoin right now to this day is like the leading asset amongst all classes, real estate, stocks. The gains that are made in Bitcoin have, surpassed anything right now. And then just in general, cryptocurrencies, it's another coin, for example, besides Bitcoin. A lot of people know Bitcoin because it's the face. But it's a coin called Verge that had a ridiculous run in 2016. $117 invested in 2016 would have made you a millionaire in 2017. So it's nothing like it at all in any kind of investment.
Yeah, the article actually posted in my private Facebook group, man. That was sick just to read. I was like, I could have found $120 in 2016 to put up.
Oh yeah, me too.
Definitely could have did that. All right, so let's start at the very beginning. That's how I like to do it. What exactly is, and for those of y'all tuning in, me and him, we talked for like 2.5 hours on Saturday, man. My man was schooling me, so I said, man, you had to come on my live and talk to my peoples about this. So what exactly is blockchain technology?
Yeah, that's a good question. So it can get very technical. And I'm gonna try to keep it on a high level just so you guys can kind of understand it. And I mean, I will say, like, a lot of the technology behind it is coding. So people who are into like computers and stuff, they really know about it. But just for a surface level, like blockchain in general is basically like a new way of recording information. So it's like a digital ledger. You'll hear that word. It's a lot of terminology that's thrown around in the whole crypto and blockchain world. One of them is ledgers. And like I said, that's just a way of storing stuff. Blockchain in general, so like the block itself is like a store of information. So like whenever a transaction happens or an event happens, it's recorded on the block. So that's the first part of it. The chain is when you have another block, for example, of whatever it was, an event, a document that was verified, a transaction. that's the next block, and those two connect, which gives you like a blockchain. So, for example, it's easy to look at it like a electronic health record.
Okay.
If you go into the hospital Monday and you have something done, that's recorded as a separate block, as a separate event, and that's stored on the ledger. Let's say you go in Friday, you have another procedure done, that's stored on the blockchain. And as far as your file, your particular ledger, your recorded activities, they have your record of Monday and then they have your record of Friday. So that's how you kind of get like the blockchain. It's just a store of information. And it could be anything. It could be, a transaction, an event, a recorded document, a contract. If you did into real estate and you bought a house, that can be on the blockchain, electronic health record. So essentially everything is going to move to like this digital ledger.
So it's basically, blockchain is basically a records keeper.
Yep.
It's an electronic records keeper. Okay. So let's get to my next question here. So what is cryptocurrency? Like, how did that come about? What is that? Tell the good people about cryptocurrency.
Yep. So crypto is like a spinoff of the ledger. So the blockchain, you have all these different types of records being kept. And then cryptocurrency is where like certain companies, people create different functionalities. So for example, how we was talking about the electronic health records, a hospital could come in and create a cryptocurrency, some sort of virtual asset or virtual component to the blockchain that's used for electronic health records. Or Bitcoin, for example, which is a store of value. Whoever created Bitcoin thought to have some sort of store of value, kind of like gold, where people can, have some sort of secure means of saving, having some sort of money outside of the US dollar that was digital. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, it's just some sort of company or person that's having some sort of functionality on the blockchain. It's almost like a stock, almost. A company creates some sort of product and then they have a stock. That's what a cryptocurrency is. And that word is confusing because it's not necessarily a currency. It's really like a token. That's the best way, or as I like to say, it's a digital asset. Because you can monetize the crypto or it can be free.
Okay.
A lot of cryptos will be free. And some of them, like Bitcoin, obviously is going to, have a price tag associated with it.
So Bitcoin, a lot of people heard of the term Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is not the only cryptocurrency available.
Yeah, right. Bitcoin is just the face. It's the first one. It's kind of like the Napster in the digital space for cryptos.
So it pretty much paved the way.
Right. That's the first one to become mainstream.
Yeah, man, you live and you learn. I could have found $100 in 2009 as well. Okay, so how much if I'm convinced I want to start getting into cryptocurrencies, how much money do I need to get started?
It's kind of up to you. We threw around $100. That's a good starting point. $50, even more than that. I would just advise people. So whatever token you're looking at, whatever company it is, even if it's Bitcoin, do your research. So any good investment is definitely worth doing your research. Like me, and you can look up anybody that is into wealth building. They'll tell you that it's a calculated risk, meaning you did the research to find out what you invested in, not your homeboy telling you this and that. You actually sitting down and like researching it and then putting your money into it. It's going to do a few things. It's going to build up your confidence in investing in it. And then it's going to help you decide how much money you should put into it. Okay. So I would just say whatever you feel comfortable with, and also whatever you feel, like you could lose, because you could lose it.
Okay. So there are a lot of cryptocurrencies. All of them can't be good, right? So I know you just said you do your research. So is there anything in particular that you look for yourself personally?
Most definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So what are some of the things you look for?
Yeah, utility. Yeah, and when I say utility, use case. So it's almost like a stock. certain stocks have more value than others. Like for example, you could buy a stock in Ralph Lauren, which is, clothes, or you could buy a stock in McDonald's. Long term, McDonald's is going to be more valuable, not necessarily, because it's better, but it's food at the end of the day. And people are going to have to eat food more so than, buy a new share. So it's the same thing with cryptos. You need to look at, what is this company doing? What is this token represent? Is it some sort of change in technology? Is it going to enhance something? Is it going to capture a certain particular group of people? Is it going to change our way of life? I look at the big picture as far as I like home runs. Like if it's a crypto that's going to change our way of life, which a lot of them will eventually, that's what I like to invest in.
Okay. Thank y'all, everybody who's watching. If y'all liking what y'all hearing, please hit that share button. Let some other people join in this conversation with us, man. Let's keep going with it. So, are there risks associated with buying cryptocurrencies?
Yep, definitely. So right now, the crypto space is unregulated. And when I say that, I'm talking about if you compare it to like stocks, it's unregulated. SEC regulates stocks. So, it's no hacking. If you create a TD Ameritrade account or a Fidelity account, you're probably not going to have to worry about anybody hacking into your account. And even if it does get hacked, those companies are going to back you to, replenish your account from where it was at. Right now, cryptos is the wild, wild west. It's almost, 300 something thousand coins available or even more. I mean, it's just people are constantly making coins. So that, again, that's why you got to do your research to kind of know what's going on. However, the beauty of getting in cryptos now is it's unregulated. So you can kind of, get into projects before regulations come in. And, you'll have a leg up once the media catches on. It's kind of like Bitcoin we was talking about earlier. Bitcoin was $400 when I heard about it, and then it became, almost 20,000. So that's out of the question now for me and most people. I don't have, I think Bitcoin is at like 8,000 or something, or 9,000 right now. That's a lot of money to just, try to invest in one coin right now. Exactly. So, you got to find those opportunities and be willing to take risks, but calculated risks.
Okay, so what he said was for those of y'all just tuning in, the last question I asked was, how much money do you need to get started with investing in cryptocurrency? And he basically said it's as much as you feel comfortable with, but you don't need thousands of dollars. You can do it with hundreds. I know some of the coins he was having me look at over the past week was like, remember one of them was like 0.8 of a cent or something like that. So if I'm spending $100 on coins, that's 0.8 of a cent. I can really rack up on coins, and if they only just hit $1, then that's well worth a calculated risk to me. So you already answered my next question. Let me go. Terrence asked a question on Facebook. Let me pull it up real quick and read it. Terrence asked, he said, "Isn't most of our money cryptocurrency if we have a checking account or utilize online banking?"
No. So that's a great question. That's a great question. But it's not. And the reason I say that is because it's not utilizing the blockchain. So like your electronic debit card and any type of electronic transaction right now is not necessarily related to crypto. Some of them are, but most of them, like the general transactions from day to day, is not. It is digital, but it's not, because like I said, blockchain has to be the focus of it. It has to somehow pass through a ledger. Mm-hmm. So your bank right now is like a ledger. Like your bank statement will show you what transactions happen, but your bank is not necessarily affiliated with blockchain.
So thanks for that. So is any major brands or major institutions, are any of them utilizing any kind of blockchain or cryptocurrency currently?
Oh yeah. So I would say almost all of them. Almost any company you can think of is dabbling with cryptos to a certain extent. A lot of them is pilots to where like they testing it out, but some of them are actually full throttle. MoneyGram is a great example. Like MoneyGram, if you send money right now, they're partnered with Ripple, which is they have a token called XRP, you can send money faster than you used to because they're utilizing that technology behind it. So it's definitely companies that are utilizing it, and it's also central government, central banks that are exploring the space as well, like Federal Reserve and other banks, and countries like China with the digital yuan. So the space is adapting and growing quickly.
So also, if y'all got any questions, go ahead and type them in the comments. Say what's up to me, Meshack. I see you watching. Lysandra, what's going on? I see you too. What's my next question? Okay, so it's not regulated. You said it's not regulated. So how do you protect your coins from being stolen after you buy them?
Okay, so just before I answer that, I will let everyone know that it's like 32 congressional bills right now on the table for regulation. So just be clear, regulation is on the way. And that's also one of the important reasons why if you're interested in this particular asset class, you should get in sooner than later, because regulations are on the way. Now, granted, once regulation comes, you can still get in, but it's definitely about to be regulated. And like I said, this is a worldwide thing. It's not like a stock. Cryptos run 24/7, and it doesn't shut down. And it's other countries that have regulated cryptos already. It's just the U.S. Is finally, getting on board with the regulations.
So do you believe cryptocurrency? Oh,
definitely, yeah. It's definitely the future, and I'll answer. I'll just go back and answer the other question too. So it's a couple of things you can do as far as protecting yourself. The first thing you can do is you can get a cold storage wallet. Basically, that's you can get like a flash drive, a Nano Ledger S or X, or like another version that is a Trezor. It's like a flash drive. You can send all your cryptos there and keep them safe. And the way you purchase cryptos is on the exchange. You can buy it. You can even buy it on Robinhood now. But other platforms that's been around for a long time is like Coinbase, Binance US, BitTrue is another one. I mean, it's thousands of exchanges. But you want to get them off the exchange because since cryptos are not regulated right now, it's a high risk in certain cases of being hacked. Now, certain exchanges have, FDIC compliant capabilities to where they can restore some of your money, or a lot of them are just well off enough from the fees that you pay, similar to like the fees you would pay on a TD Ameritrade account when you buy stuff, that they can just refund you the cryptos. But since it's not regulated, I personally I would keep cryptos on a cold wallet. Another thing is a hot wallet. That's basically like an app or like a website. Some people even have phones. Like that's another thing. All phones, you can look up Samsung. Some of these carriers are going to have crypto wallets built into the phone. So you can actually store them there too. Like I said, it's still connected to the internet, but like it's encrypted to where you have like a password or some sort of, some sort of authentication like Google Authenticator or something to get into it. But there are ways. It's just I like to have it offline for now. And then as far as cryptos being the future, it's already happening. I mean, we're already digital. Like how I forgot who asked the question earlier. I think it was Terrence. We're already digital in the sense that most people get paid with direct deposit. They use their debit card to cash is not really, it's not a thing anymore. And if it is, just think about COVID-19. Most people, probably won't use cash just because the transmission of the virus. I mean, it's a lot of reasons why we might not use cash anymore. So sorry about that.
I know how it is. I love me and myself. So,
yeah,
this is the time to ask all the questions you want. I'm telling you, now's the time. And if you're watching this, if I send this to you, and I put some money in this crypto and it blow, like don't come asking me for nothing because I ain't got it. This is this is my plea to you now. Watch this video. Set you a couple of dollars aside. Don't hit the McDonald's. Don't hit the Applebee's. Just put a little couple of dollars off to the side and start buying into some crypto. But if y'all got any questions, please type them in the chat box. So definitely said crypto is the future. I believe it. Is there any particular cryptocurrencies that you would suggest that people look out for or look into?
Yeah. So these are some of the projects that I like. I would suggest before you listen to me or anybody else, you do your own research, just to make sure you're confident in what you're buying. But I like Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is a good store of value. Of course, I like mainly the top 50, top 20 coins. Ethereum is one of the ones I really like. They're doing like smart contracts. That's like, if you got a real estate transaction, if you're buying a car, any type of contract is going to be digital. They're like in that space. XRP, which is owned by a company called Ripple, is handling international payments, which is a huge issue right now, sending payments across the border, different countries. Banks are having a hard time settling funds, and just in general, it's taking people a lot of time to get money across from different countries. Chainlink, I think that's a great one. VeChain. It's so many of them. I don't have to go into all of them, but just do your research and just kind of find the hidden gems as well, and make sure, like I said, that the crypto has a use case.
Okay. Tell the people what you mean by use case.
Yeah. So just some sort of real world problem solving capability. If it doesn't have that capability, then I wouldn't look to invest in it. Like how I mentioned Ethereum. Ethereum is gonna handle all contracts. Mm-hmm. So any type of contract that's a paper contract now will possibly be digital in the future. Like I said, because it's better to store it on a digital ledger than you having it on your computer, or you having it like locked away in like a safe or something like that. It's almost like the cloud. The way
your money.
Yeah, and I didn't mention this earlier, but blockchain was created also to prevent pretty much hacking and be like a new way of storing things without ever having to worry about anything as far as security, hacking, record keeping. It's a new way of doing all of that. And that's what it was made for. So like I said, even with the electronic health records, you won't ever have to worry about, trying to find, your kids' shot records and all this and that, and trying to figure out when your last tetanus shot was. It's already stored. You just, type in, the information to pull up the document, and it's there, and if doctors want to send the information, it's in a second. So, this is going to transform the way we do things, period.
Definitely. And I was looking up VeChain. He mentioned VeChain, and I wanted to look up the price of that. So right now, definitely do your own research, but VeChain is 0.0086. So less than a penny, you can get you a coin, or you can get you a coin of VeChain. So if you put up $100, you can get a lot of coins, just to a lot of shares, however way you want to look at it, because the price right now is so cheap. So definitely do your own research. But I wanted to mention that price, because a lot of people, we hear Bitcoin all the time, and Bitcoin, like you said, is like $9,500. I don't know a whole lot of people that have $9,500 that they can just invest. Also, had a couple questions like, how do you buy it? The one of the platforms he mentioned earlier was Coinbase. He said that's the one that's that's one of the safest ones out of all of them, is Coinbase. So definitely check that out. Also, LaShondra wants to know, can she get $20 for her reverse investment? We ain't got it. We ain't got it. I ain't got it. That's a little bit too high for me. But yeah, man, if y'all got any questions, we coming to a close. Y'all got any questions, please type them in the comments before we close out. Also, man, just thank y'all for watching. Like you said, crypto is the way to go. Just one more time, tell the people how it is that you got into how it is you got into crypto for all the people who came late.
Yeah. So like I said, I had a friend of mine tell me about it. Mainly Bitcoin at the time. Bitcoin, I think, was like $400 or something like that. And I was a little skeptical about it, and it went to like 10,000 initially, and they started talking about it on the news, and I kind of got more serious. Like, wait a minute, hold on, like that's crazy. Yeah. So that started me doing a lot of research into the space, and I got in it in like 2016, like my first investment. And I did make a lot of money. I made a lot of money. I think I got in it in like October, November of 2016. And if anybody is familiar with the crypto space, that was a crazy bull run from that time until like January, February 2017. And when I say bull run, I mean the prices went out of this world, like 100 times your money, 800 times your money. So that's when that happened, that first run. Mm-hmm. So that made me really be like, okay. And I was naive at the time because I thought it was going to keep going up. So, I actually didn't sell anything. So that's another thing I just hit on real quick. If you get into the space and it takes off, any investment, honestly, make sure you take profits. Now, that doesn't mean sell everything, but just take profits, because that way you at least will get your original investment back. And you'll feel good about it. And it's just house money at that point. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's kind of how I started. A $400 Bitcoin was in my ear, and I saw what it did. So yeah.
All right, that's it. Right. If y'all got any questions, he said he'll be available, man. Just hit my inbox and I'll get the question to him and get it answered for you. Also, I got five different ones that he said that people should take a look at. I'll put that in my private Facebook group, Financial Fundamentals on Facebook. So please make sure you're a part of that. And that's it, man. Thank you, Mr. Benny, man, for taking the time out away from your family to help educate the people about this crypto. Also, man, hit that share button for me, man. Y'all tell Mr. Benny thank you in the comments. If you're watching the replay, just type #replay, and I will definitely see you all next time. All right, peace.